Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, the Ice Dragon Rayron VR. Got another manga video for you guys today. This is the Cat Massage Therapy Volume 2. Let's go ahead and take a look on the back here. We've got 7 Seas Entertainment, $14.99 MSRP. And we've got Aroma, the cat, on the back. Nothing beats a massage from a cat. Let's go ahead and see what we got. Having developed an addiction to the cat's comforting and therapeutic massages, Nekiyama and his fellow office workers return to the parlor. The cats work whenever they want, but lucky for Nekiyama and company, the parlor is open today. There's even a new cat working there, which you guys can probably already guess is kind of spoiled. With this cat, we've got Aroma. With that, also ages 10 and up, which, metaphorically speaking, it gets away with a lot. We'll talk about that here shortly. It's kind of interesting. But with that, non-spoilers, I absolutely adore this manga. And apparently you guys like it as well because the first volume is my second highest viewed manga on the channel, current as of this recording. And what can you not like about these cute kittens? I mean, look at this. We've got the manager, we've got the assistant manager, and then we've got the adorable kittens with their bean paws and everything. But just like in volume 1, it does really well with the story. It's a very simplistic story about cats giving massages to humans, and it just gives this analogy and its characterization of, if you're a cat owner, you can definitely relate to this manga. And I have 3 cats of my own, and I can heavily relate to this, which is pretty funny. But with that, that's really all I can say. I highly recommend, if you're a cat lover, continue reading this story. I'm going to continue to grab all the volumes that come out because it's just a relaxing, escapist type of story, and I definitely enjoyed everything about it. So with that, I am going to talk about spoilers. So feel free, if you don't want to get spoiled, feel free to watch this video at a later time. But with that, let's go ahead and dive into Cat Massage Therapy Volume 2. So it starts off with, basically, we've got our main human character of Nekuyama, and we just follow his office workers going through with the cats and everything. So we open up by we got the cat massage therapy experts continuing to make calls for these office workers, and it kind of just has some funny moments in here where the co-workers then do a presentation of which cat is their favorite. It does some crazy things, and they try to create merchandise for the cats, and we continue to see more massages giving them to humans, which is, again, it's pretty cool. We continue to see some more progression in the story, that the intern kittens, or the trainees as they're called, continue to get more trained up into doing the massages for the manager cat. And then we kind of go into some modern day stuff, which I was more concerned because we started to see some teleworking scenes. And not to get too political, but I'm glad they didn't go too much into the weeds of why they were teleworking, because that would have definitely drawn me out of the story. But it was definitely, all of the coworkers were teleworking, and we start to see that originally they were doing business, and then each of the other coworkers that were talking to the boss had a particular cat at their respective homes. It is what it is. I don't know how they pulled it off, but it's a lot of comedy when it deals with this, and I enjoyed it. And I'm glad that they kind of tastefully went through the teleworking, because I didn't want them mentioning about the virus, about COVID, or anything like that. I didn't want that current day news to drag me out of this story. So they tactfully and tastefully did a teleworking scene, which I enjoyed it. So with that, we go into our new cat. So we have a new hire for the massage therapy, and her name is Aroma. Now, let's just say up front, she is a sassy cat. Obviously, I think it's the Persian descent. And basically, when the customer came, I think it was Nekuyama who came in and realized, oh, there's a new cat. And Aroma basically takes advantage of the customer, and forces him to brush um, her fur out, to give her treats up front and first. And basically, her purrs was kind of to give the massage, but then the time ran out. And so this scene kind of drew me out of the story a little bit, but it's more of, I'm not gonna actually describe it. I'll let you guys come to your conclusion. But for me, it went to definitely a adult metaphor, and that's all I'm gonna say about that particular scene. Because again, I didn't want to get too sucked out of the scene. But yeah, it was a little. It was more adult than I kind of realized, especially with this being age 10 plus. Like, okay, I think we're getting a little bit too hard on the nose with this particular thing, but it is what it is. And so we continue on. The manager then officially introduces the new cat of Aroma, and funny enough, she's into aromatherapy. So she basically has these oils and these scents that they're experimenting with. And what's interesting about it is that the oil was for the cats. And so the cats were getting kind of hypnotized by this oil. And the customer's like, "What's going on? Why are you guys sleeping?" And then you quickly realize it's because of the purrs of the kittens that causes the customer to get the massage. And then the customer is like, "Oh, okay, I like this aromatherapy." And then they also try these oils. The first oil, which is hilarious, the uh, the the assistant manager, this cat, basically takes an oil and then massages over the back, and then the customer starts to realize, wait a minute, this oil smells familiar. And then it was, I believe it was like canola oil that they were using. It's like, oh no. And you realize if you use that type of oil on our skin, you could potentially get a lot of breakouts and so forth. And it's like, oh no. But yeah, it was kind of funny. And then a customer tries to request some lemon oils, and cats don't like citrus stuff. And their faces when they tried to smell it was great. Um, yeah. So with that, the store, we get a little bit more progression with with the storefront, and unfortunately, because the cats were having so much house calls and office calls, that their main store was struggling. And so it's kind of cool to see that the office workers decided to band together and help the struggling store itself. And so they try to do all sorts of things, and to include a new toy therapy where the humans take a toy and then the cat chases it over a customer's back and so forth. So it was kind of cute to see some innovative solutions happening on both ends. And then we go into kind of another interesting story where the cats decided to open up a hot spring. It's like, wow, that was kind of a leap from a massage therapy um, store to a hot spring inn type of thing. And then the customer goes in and went basically what you think it would be water, but then it was kind of a cat bath, and the cats were all over the particular person and the customer. And then you realize the customer was dreaming this hot spring that the cats were in charge of. So it was interesting. I was really hoping they would go even more crazy and lunatic into it, but they didn't. But because something else happened in the dream, the our little kittens here within the dream got promoted to actual staff members. Now I'm really curious if they're going to keep that for when they go outside of the dream. So we'll see. We'll see if our little this volume doesn't particularly cover it. We'll see if our kittens actually become full-blown staff members, because that'll make the hot springs canon. But it's just a crazy book. For $14.99, it is definitely on the more expensive side for the amount of pages you get. However, what you're getting lack in content, you're getting in storytelling and in artistry, and all of the pages are colored, which is pretty cool. And I absolutely adore these panels. I mean, you take a look at here with all the kittens here just having a little nap. I mean, they're so cute. It is just adorable seeing the little trainees, hopefully now full blown staff members, just chilling there. And then we get our newest member. Here is Aroma. Again, the artwork is done very well, and I'm very, very impressed by it. So that's really all I gotta say. Another great volume, another great continuation of the story. We're getting more and more staff members. This story is, I don't want to say is very similar to I'm a Cat Barista, but as far as pacing and story progression, they both do it really, really well. So again, definitely recommend if you're a cat lover, continue with this story. I love Volume 2, and I highly recommend it. It's really great. So with that, guys, that's all I got. If you got any manga suggestions, feel free to leave a comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe, support and work over at rayronvr.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. Wing hugs to everyone, and have a good day.